Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to BVTV. This is, of course, State Champions Week here at Bendigo East Men's Triples Final, the final event for Champions Week for 2023. My name's Tony Sherbel. I'm very pleased to be bringing you this game, and alongside me, Tyson Cromie. Afternoon, Tice.
Afternoon, Tony.
It'll be a good final, this one. Lineups representing Metro West, Nelson Ball, Anthony Holland and Todd Trewarne. Nelson Ball's come in as a sub. He's playing at 2. Come in for Anthony Briggs, who's got a knee issue. Their opponents today, Joshua Cartwright, Brent Reiner and David Cartwright, father and son combination. And Brent Reiner playing as 2, representing the Goulburn Murray region. Just going through the final trial end. Should be a very good matchup, some thrilling semi-finals earlier, Tice. An extra end is what got the Cartwrights through.
No, that was a fantastic game, that one. The Cartwrights were probably about 5 in front with 2 or 3 ends to play. And the Strzelecki team, or Gippsland team I should say, sorry, caught back up to force that to an extra end. And Josh's lead bowl finished about a foot away from the jacket and stayed there for the end for him to win the end. So that was a cracking contest, and as most of our viewers would have seen Todd's team in the streamed match, that was a cracking match as well. So
yeah, of course they accounted for the Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields trio, who made a very good account of themselves. Scoreline really doesn't show what happened. There was a 4 or 5 picked up on the last end while Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields were trying to kill it.
Yeah. No, so it should be a cracking contest, this final. One to look forward to for our viewers at home.
All right, this is end number 1. Feel free to put some questions or comments through the Facebook post. We'll respond to as many of those as we can as we start here with the first bowl. This is Josh Cartwright.
All you got.
Afternoon. Timmy Hancock, Adam Easton. Looking forward to seeing everyone in Moama. Casper, I hope you're well, mate. And Sarah Roger, she's saying, come on, Dutchie, Nelson, Todd. So, a bit of support there for the Metro West rink.
Sarah and Casper both pretty regular on our streams, Tone. Love to get in the comments and have a bit of a chat.
Yep, they do, and we very much welcome it. And we did get the opportunity of having Sarah doing some commentary for us too, which we'd hope to do again at some stage. Problem with someone like Sarah, she's a very good player, so she's quite often on the other side of the commentary booth. But we'll have her whenever we can.
Unfortunately, she missed out on the triples, so I hope you feel better soon, Sarah.
Good start by Josh Cartwright.
1 on and 1 just past. It's the old textbook.
Perfect leading. Sarah Roger coming up with a good point there that only the men's singles has been won by Metro region, everything else won by country. Bit of a theme there, City v Country this year. Both country won both men's and the women's, Tice.
They sure did, Tony. It was good to see as a country player that country back on top, but cracking contest from the city. They're a very good side as well, so always played in well spirits, that one.
Yeah, country kids do it better. That's my summary. Bit of a challenge to all our Metro bowlers. See what happens here. I presume from that logic, Sarah, that you're thinking Goulburn Murray is going to win this one. Metro West supporter, you've got torn allegiances now.
Good shot there from House. A little bit stiff, finding the gap, but gets a bowl past the jack for them.
Rodney Bates is our paddler out on the green during this final, so the red paddles signify the Goulburn Murray team and green paddles signify the Metro West triple. Generally matched to uniforms, not quite panning out how we'd like, with Anthony Briggs being out of the team. Nelson Ball coming in, doesn't don the green of the Melton Mustangs. Nonetheless, part of the green paddles today.
Just needs to hold on here. He's just underneath.
Nelson Ball bowled very well in that last match.
Yes, definitely. Anthony Holland also led extremely well, I thought. I thought he was the pick of the players on the rink for me.
Yep. former state under-18 representative. Get a bit of comedy out of Brent Reiner today, there's no doubt about that. He's just taking a little photo of that head. This is David Cartwright on the mat. Pidge saying a lot of good bowlers come from the country. That is true. Including the Pigeon himself.
Jump ships this year, old Pidge. Played for the city side. But no, fantastic player he is, Tony. One of our current state representatives.
Yep. Reigning Australian triples title holder. Afternoon, Joe. Thank you very much for the comments. Yeah, this should be a great final here. Not sure whether there is a favourite on paper. Both teams probably line up relatively even.
Yeah, no, pretty similar sides, I think. Obviously, both deserving of being here, so I can't see a clear-cut favourite for me.
Little ribbing of you in the comments too from Adam Easton.
Yeah,
Well
similar comment to his comment this morning when I was commentating Tone, so...
No one's going to let you forget it, mate.
No.
Tice had a little phone malfunction before his fours match the other day and slept in just a little. Got here about 15 minutes late or something like that, didn't you? And then you were
No, I still played a couple of bowls in the roll-up, so...
That's right, you did too, yes.
I made it with 2 minutes to spare before the start time, so...
Yeah, no harm, no foul.
Clear this. Clear this. Under even. Hurry. Yep. Well played.
That counts as well.
Yep. Holding 3. Todd Trewarne skippering this Metro West ring. There's one bowl to come.
Cool is better. It's pretty close. Sits that back bowl and probably falling for shot.
Just one to Goulburn Murray is the call from Brent Reiner. Nelson wants to have a look. There's more looking in hope. And that is the opening shot to Goulburn Murray. 18 end match, Tice. Perfect conditions here at Bendigo East.
Looks as though the green may have quickened up just that half a second with that little bit of a break at lunch, that extra warmth in it.
Yep. It's quite cool here overnight, only about 2 degrees, so a little bit of dew on the grass this morning would have slowed it down a touch, but as you say, Tice, it's looking cherry ripe, speeding up just a touch. Sarah Rogers saying maybe you should just repeat that next time. Got you to the final. There's only a rampaging Josh Thornton and his band of merry men that just pipped you at the post, Tice.
They sure did. Played very well and deserved to win.
Play on this rink in any of your matches this time
I
at
think
Champions Week?
I'm pretty sure that's the rink we played the fours final on.
Wider hand and a tighter hand, or pretty similar?
The side that the two leaders have played at the moment is probably marginally tighter, but I think there's a little bit of a breeze, so both hands are probably quite similar, I would assume.
It was very fresh last night, Joe. Thankfully, as soon as the sun gets up in the morning, you get a bit of that on you and it feels perfect. But when a cloud comes over, you start to feel a bit of the cold. I think it's a top temperature of about 18 degrees. It's about 15 or 16 now, and scheduled for 18 today. But as I say, when you're in the sun, it's picture perfect.
Just going to be underneath with his line there. His weight was really good, Brent. Probably looking to just tuck that jack around the corner, but unfortunately for him, he was just that bowl or two tight.
It's been an interesting battle between these respective seconds. Brent Reiner, Nelson Ball.
All of it. Come on.
And right on line, probably wanted another 2 feet.
No player quite nailing the jack yet. Whoever jumps on first, you would say, will go a fair way to win in the end for their side.
Don't mind where this one's pointed.
Certainly on a better track.
Finishes in a pretty good home.
Nelson will be looking to add 2 feet on his last. Looks to be in the area.
Very good.
Yeah,
Good
promotes
shot
his
there
first.
from Nelson.
Liv Cartwright, an interested spectator over the back there.
Yeah, watching her dad and brother go to work. She did very well in the singles, obviously taking out the title. She's just given us a wave there. But no, she's played very well all week. Made the final of the mixed pairs as well, so
Semi-finalist in the pairs.
high future for her.
Might be a fair old celebration in the Cartwright household
Off the tank, Don.
if father and son can join Liv in a state title. Dave Cartwright just asking the boys to move slightly so he can see the boundary peg.
Interesting, that tone. Different players get their lines from different points. Obviously David gets his off the peg. Where do you look at when you play, Tony?
I look about 6 feet in front of me, which is probably why I never end up with a bowl close to the jack. Maybe I should do what David Cartwright does. Where do you take yours from, in all seriousness?
Oh, I look jack high. So in the roll-up, I'm not real worried about where they finish, sort of get a rough idea of the line, and then as the game goes on, look jack high to where I want my bowl to turn from.
Well, I'm going to start doing that from now on, because if I can put some pills down like you can, I'll be a very happy boy.
Todd on the forehand, be looking to just slip past Nelson's bowl here.
Just going to cut slightly. Decent amount of ink on the leg of Todd Trewarne, including one tattoo that's Melbourne Bowling Club Premiers. It's been about 2016, I think.
Yeah, a little while ago now. He's got a couple of pictures on his body there, Tony.
He does.
Wait. Cancel. 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 Right.
Brent's gone to say great shot, and then it's fallen away.
He wanted to, didn't he?
Nelson's indicating that they are still holding shot there.
Yep. It was a great effort by Dave Cartwright.
Todd will be looking for probably a foot on his last. He was just a fraction tight.
Sorry.
Already saying sorry for that one. I missed by a long way, but nonetheless, not the result that Todd Trewarne wanted. Gold Murray concedes one, and we're locked at one shot apiece, Tice. Who is your pick for who wins this?
Gonna go with the Cartwright Reiner combination. They'd be pretty used to playing on greens this speed, so I think that gives them an edge only marginally.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be a lot in it. I'll go for the Metro West team. And credit to Anthony Briggs for getting them through the early stages of games, region level. It's really a team of 4, I reckon. He's watching on as an interested spectator. Obviously disappointed that he can't be out there playing, but I think the inclusion of Nelson Ball is a good match. As you say, I think it'll be a close one.
If most of our games so far throughout this week on the stream are anything to go by, I think we're in for a thriller.
It's what, 2 foot short, Tice, and Anthony Holland not happy with himself.
No, he set the standard pretty high this morning. If he had a bowl outside of foot, it was a bad one for him. He was very, very good.
I'd be wrapped if I chucked one down like that.
Josh looking to run this out.
Yeah, that's the shot bowl.
Put her there, mate. Coming home, 9.
Sarah Roger confirming she's definitely picking Metro West. Dutch and Todd play on a quick carpet. Yarrowell foot's great. Runs like this during the season, so it'll be familiar territory for the Metro West triple.
Todd just chucking his foot jack high. Sometimes it's a good indicator as a player. Just with a bowl just short of the jack, you sometimes need just that extra little bit of assistance to figure out where you got to get to for shot. Unfortunately for Nelson, he's just pinched his line again, but his weight was good.
Yeah, the weight was about spot on. Brent Reiner, I reckon, is almost the X factor in this match. If he can catch fire, Goulburn Murray could well have a good day.
Certainly, he's played a good shot there. A little bit stiff that he didn't belly the jack.
And then fell out the wrong way too, but holding 2. Afternoon, Philip, watching from Silverdale, New South Wales. Regular watcher of our streams. Anthony Briggs showing his class. So he's just happy for the boys to have done so well through the round of 16 and all the way to the final. They've got one more hurdle to jump.
Looks like Todd's going to line up on the back end. Can play with a sort of yard of weight, turn Nelson's bowl up. If he gets the hole, he gets the jack. Got a couple of options there. In the area.
Oh, it's pretty good, Tice.
He likes it.
Might find the gap. No,
Oh,
gets
bit
the
stiff.
jack halved. Still be 2. Just a different 2. Different spot for 2.
Bit unlucky there, but it gives him a good look for his next one. A bit more room.
Penola Bowls Club is watching as well. Nice to have some SA viewers. And John Stokes, the spot of the Cartwright family in the background, looking like they're nice and warm. They're sitting in the shade down there, and as we say, when you don't have the sun on you, it is a little bit cool, but come down the other end, they'll be in full sun and warmed up in no time. They do look nice and snug down there in the blankets, though, don't they?
They do, Tone. Needs to sit on Brent Reiner's bowl and does. Good shot there from David. Puts a bit of pressure back on Todd.
What's the shot here, Tice? Does he try and run the jack into the ditch for 2, or I think it's just a cold draw?
If the jack was probably a little bit closer to the bowls, then probably, but with there being a bit of a gap there, I think he's trying to draw a second shot. If he pulls up short, even third shot's not a bad result early on in the match.
Yep. Expert comments from Tyson Cromie.
Just trying to draw the shot on his forehand. Wants it to hold.
Sort of throwing his arms up like it's done something he didn't expect.
He got a little bit of a gust there, so maybe that had something to do with it.
Yep. Dave Cartwright with the option to add a bit of gravy now, holding 3.
Probably want to take 2 feet off his last because he did crash on Brent's bowl, but
he doesn't want to move the jack. He can stick nice and wide here. Should be okay is the call. Josh Cartwright gives it a clap. That will be 4 shots to the Golden Murray combination.
Good shot there from David. Adds another one. Important early in the match when you got a chance like that to add those extra shots in, as they can become crucial at the back half of the match. Josh has started off really well this match. You could excuse him for feeling a bit nervous as a young fella, but doesn't seem to be worrying him at the moment.
Certainly got the height from his father, but I think 15, 16. How old would Josh be?
Yeah, about that. I'm not too sure on his exact age. I know he's pretty similar age to Kobe, so he'd be about that 15, 16 mark, as you said.
Deborah Pearce has joined us from Newcastle. Nice to have you watching with us. This is State Champions Week for 2023, the men's triples final.
Both players about a yard short there, looking for a little correction.
Bendigo East Bowling Club is the venue. It's been very nice to be here this week in Bendigo. Looked after us with the weather all but one day, and plenty going on in town. Great spot for us to host state championships. Thank you to the generous support of the City of Greater Bendigo. Correction from Anthony Holland.
Interesting to note that both leaders playing this commentary side to start the match. Maybe they feel it's just a touch kinder. Just needs to hold a fraction. Good shot there from Nelson.
Nelson played earlier this week too in the pairs.
Sure did.
Father Gary.
There's been a few father-son, mother-daughter, even Kirsty and Vinny, a couple of couples in our event this week, Tony, so it's good to see.
It is.
As
Nice
Brent
bowl
draws the shot there.
Gary Ball and Nelson Ball lost their match the other day. Somebody said to Gary, "Why do you look so happy?" Just I'm going fishing. Experienced campaigner Gary Ball.
It
Seen
sure
it all
is.
before.
Our new champion of selectors.
He is. He'll do a very good job at that. He's got his work cut out for him though. City v Country was a couple of weekends ago. And can't be too long before we name squads and teams and whatnot. We'll be watching these results with interest. Champion Estate pennant next weekend, and region sides only 3 weekends after that, I believe, Tice.
Yeah, very much so, Tony. It's been a big month or so for the BV crew. Plenty of talent on display for the selectors to choose from. That's for sure.
At all levels too, so over 60s teams. Under 18 state championships were only a couple of weeks ago. Brent Reiner likes it.
Just needs to hold on. One to one, I think. No, he's a bit stiff there. He's given the shot away by the Rod Bates' call. Our marker in the back there. Todd will probably be playing a high line here, I would assume. Doesn't want to turn either of those front bowls up. Sneaks past, can touch the jack 4 or 5 inches, probably make 3. David will be looking for something pretty similar to his last.
Dropping off the inside of mine, yeah? Yeah. Lay yours down, you drop. Like that.
Yeah, Brent Reiner just saying you lay your last bowl down, that's probably shot.
Could potentially just slip past the jack 2 and sit that bowl for a couple. Todd looks like he's about to fall asleep sitting back there on the chair.
He looks nice and relaxed, doesn't he?
Goes to show how good the lovely sunshine is here in Bendigo.
Yeah, just enjoying it.
Asking for it to hold.
Be nice, little touch. Be nice.
We might have made 2 out of that. He's just fallen back on the jack though.
Yeah, I think he's kicked it again. Just slightly the wrong way. Could still be 1 down. We'll wait for confirmation.
2 really good shots there, very
Yeah.
stiff.
He's bowling well.
Rod did signal that it was 1 to the Metro West side. Todd's having a closer look.
He's spending quite a bit of time over this head toss.
It is very close. If they're confident they've got shot, I nearly wouldn't be playing this because there's a few Golden Murray bowlers surrounding it.
It's danger everywhere, really, isn't it?
Yes. If he really wanted to, he could probably draw on the forehand around those front ones. Maybe get the outside of Nelson's bowl, a roll may count.
There's no real danger in that shot, probably, so that...
Only danger is if he is tight and turns Brent's bowl, but it'd be pretty stiff to do that, I would say, from the angles that we can see. He's lining up forehand. Playing that conservative line.
That's 3 inches. 3 inches?
We've called the umpire.
think they're a bit concerned. One's standing up and one's not.
Does always make
Either one's
things
to knock it
interesting
over.
when there's a flat bowl and a bowl standing up.
So Bobby Carlson, our umpire.
One of a few of our ITOs that have done a fantastic job this week.
Yeah, one of the best. Bobby Carlson. Umpires at all levels. International, national, state, club. He's chocked that bowl as he correctly should. Now using the calipers to try and determine who's got shot. Anthony Briggs says it's a measure, but he favours Metro West. There's a large contingent of Melton Mustang supporters sitting off to the side of this rink, so they'll have a pretty good shot. Pretty good angle on who's got shot here. Sarah Roger, to answer your question, we believe there'll be squads announced before region sides and then take into account region sides performances. Don't quote me 100% though.
This is very close, Tone. Well,
There we go.
there we go. David did hold on for shot there.
4 ends going to us, 18 end match. 6-1 is the lead to Goulburn Murray over Metro West.
There we see the flat bowl wins, Tone. Often when there's a tight measure, the flat bowl will beat the bowl standing up.
Yep.
Yeah, pal. Good start. Keep coming. Come on, Chewy. Come on.
Great start there from Josh. Just past the jack. Certainly putting the pressure on early on in the end.
Does he go by Josh or Joshua?
I've never called him Joshua. I
it's
think
more
maybe
Josh,
his
just
mum calls him Joshua when he's in trouble.
Wonder how often that happens. Yeah, pretty good response. Anthony Holland.
Same but different. Stick your nose to the wire would be good.
A little bit tied up.
1-on-1 behind.
No harm in where he's finished there. Plate was good there from Anthony.
Up and over,
Just
Chewy.
not quite
Back.
finding his line there.
Pull on your tickets, pal.
He's got the speed here, he's pretty close.
Good track.
No, he's just fallen short.
Bigger, mate.
Line was good.
Good yard out.
Nelson looking to just sneak around that last bolt. Sits Josh's bowl, he makes a couple.
Pace here. Hurry, no.
Calls of Hurry Nugs. Nelson's nickname's Nuggets.
Still there? Yeah, mate. Really good yard. Harold. Hurry.
His speed was pretty good there, just a fraction tight.
It's either that or you stand for it. On the forehand. Follow Jack. Up to you.
Another yard on his last. Sits the ball, makes a couple. A little bit too wide for that pace. Stays on though, gives Todd a chance. David will be looking to probably get second shot here. Beat Anthony Briggs's back bowl. Another one thereabouts.
No, is there no talk of a 40 to 59 side? I can see some merit in it if we're only going to pick people who've not represented previously, to give somebody who might have played tennis or netball or cricket or whatever and then come into it.
What a great
But no talk at this stage. Dave Cartwright
Great shot
is
there.
bowling very, very well.
I think we might see Todd play a bit more aggressive here. Try and kill the end and start again. If he hits that jack, could go anywhere.
Lining up for weight. Not crazy weight by Todd's standards. Not quite going to get down. Didn't miss by much.
Good effort.
Todd's a previous winner of a state title, Tice.
Mixed pairs with Carla 4 years ago, is that about right?
Spot on. It was 2020 championships that were played in early 2021. And in Warrnambool. And in the same week, Carla partnered Lisa Trewarne to become a state pairs champion.
That's right, they did too.
It was a good week for the Trewarne family, of course the Krasanik family.
Yeah, again, mate.
Just asking for it to settle.
Jump into this thing. Good, mate.
No harm in where he's finished there.
It's a really good spot to finish. Todd go again or back it off? He's going to go again.
Just needs to hold.
It's going to have contact.
Good shot, buddy.
Good
Jack
shot there
spits.
from Todd.
Almost 90 degrees to the right out of bounds. We'll replay that end.
If you can't get shot, make sure they don't.
That's it. He wasn't far away with his first drive and second one. Bang on target.
There you go, sir. Put him back. Go again now, eh?
Just hasn't quite sent that one. His track was good.
Fair old whack there from Samantha Robinson. Not totally sure it's any indication of moving with the times. I think we do a fair bit of that with just about everything else we do. But unfortunately at this stage, Queensland and New South Wales are the only two states doing it. And when you see the great Michael Wilkes, former Victorian, representing an over 40s teams, while that's great, I'm not convinced that that's necessarily going to change too much in a high performance pathway. So that's probably where the difference is, Samantha, for your information. If we're going to bring new players in, then I reckon I'm all for it. And as good as Michael Wilkes is, one of the greatest to play, representing in teams at over 40 when you've represented throughout the rest of your career, I don't think he's really doing a lot for the development of bowls. So I say it's not there yet. Plenty of other things we do to get ahead of the pack. They're cheering for the Metro West boys. Chris is watching from Hobart Petanque Club. There you go, sounds like fun.
Potentially a 19th team in the AFL coming out of Tassie in a few years.
That will be interesting. Bit of vote buying going on. The federal government's just committed $250 million for it.
Wish they'd commit $250 million to bowls, Tone.
It'd be handy. Somebody did come up with a pretty good thought. If they actually just sold Bellreeve Oval off and developed that land, which would be worth an absolute squillion, that might cover the cost of most of the stadium, and then you could build it for cricket and footy.
That's it. I don't even know why they're not just renovating one of the stadiums. Could save a bit of money, but anyway, that's up to them to figure out. Bit of a loose end here.
I don't know whether it's much of a trend, but I get the feeling it's a bit looser going back this way for some reason. The last couple have been.
Maybe just with the shadow of the clubhouse, it's just a different touch slower maybe, but not too sure. David will be looking to capitalise here. Although it's not real easy to get at. On his back end. Just looking to pick the gap. That bowl's already shot, so it doesn't matter if he hits it.
Been very good early in this match, Dave Cartwright. Just a touch heavy with that one.
Gives himself a chance with the next one to jag the jack for a couple.
Ricky O's in the chat. Good morning, good afternoon. David Clark saying this is the hardest end to bowl to.
Close. Just needs to hold now. No, well, it counts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's the same argument, Benny. over 60s is there because there were very few over 60s making it to state representative teams, and the bulk of our membership is over 60. So it was seen as a way of appeasing the bulk of the membership and the game not being dominated by 18 to 30 year olds or thereabouts. So.
Good shot there from David. A little bit unlucky, but he's probably cut it back to 1.
There's probably actually a good argument to suggest over 60s could even be older, make it over 70s, given it's about 85% of our audience or our players are over 60. You're kind of choosing from the bulk of the audience anyway, but... yeah, now I get what you mean, David Clark. It's the hardest head to bowl to. There's a skip, spot on. Look like they've been dropped from a helicopter.
Just a fraction quick, I think.
Pretty good.
Right, 1 to Metro West. Five ends done, Tice. 18 end scheduled in this match.
Quick little discussion there from Todd and Anthony, discussing what length they're going to play. Just try and change the length up a little bit, get back on top of it.
The quarterfinals, they rolled a lot of short ends. I was watching them out of the other green yesterday. They had a lot of mat right up and this exact tactic they're playing now. So.
Just needs to hold a fraction.
Good
Great
starter.
opener there from Anthony. Puts the pressure back on Josh, who's probably slightly had the better of him so far. He's responded pretty well too. Good shot there. Fraction quick, but Jack was on the end of it.
Bit of royalty just snuck in behind us, Tyson Cromie.
Yes, our current fours champion, Josh Thornton.
State disability singles winner, state disability pairs winner the week before. He's been a busy man. Even managed to squeeze in a haircut during that week too.
I don't think he realises that people don't see his head when he's commentating.
Nelson Ball just asking this to hurry.
All right, you still get down the jack there, mate. Plenty of room.
Second shot. Chris Williams is watching from Glenorchy City Bowls. Nice to have you watching, Chris.
Stays on. Good spot past the jack there.
I don't know if it's in the count or not. We'll wait and get an indication from Rodney Bates.
Just fighting the line a little bit on that side. He's quite wide.
Dave Cartwright says yes or no. Brent Reiner says yep.
Liking the track.
Just wants to run that last foot.
Yeah.
More.
Falls over.
Yeah, well played. That's 2 now.
Still really only a 1 bowl target.
Todd Trewarne will have the confidence up. Killed an end going this way moments ago.
Looks like he's going to go again.
Yeah. We're Going a little bit bigger this time. Yeah, this is full weight. Calls for both.
A bit stiff not to get the second one there. They're pretty close together.
So Brent Reiner's bowl remains.
However, he did take the back one out, which leaves him one in amongst probably 3, maybe 4. Although the way David Cartwright's been going, you back him to get inside those ones.
Yeah, he's been very good early in this match. It's a good call from Anthony Wachowski, who generally has played that way. I presume it's just the safety of the tee and that extra 2 yards to try and get your jack roll right. This stage of the game, they wouldn't be too concerned about killing it or otherwise. It's actually whether it's rolled that one out, no, it is stayed in, so it's 2, and importantly, Tice, he's separated it.
Yeah, also opens up the jack though. It was a good shot. Whoever gives Todd probably a little bit better look at it now. I'd expect to see him go again. Get the jack in the ditch. Get one of the bowls out. Kill the end, start again. However, I think he's going to prove me wrong and draw the shot on the back end.
He takes the bowl out. He still goes 1 down, which isn't the end of the world. Back to the draw.
Just needs to hold a fraction.
Stalking it. Oh, he's very stiff. We'll just see. Hopefully we'll get an indication of whether this is 1 or 2. Dave Cartwright will have the option to add 1 more.
Still looks like 2 from the commentary booth. Rod hasn't signalled anything, which is also a good indication that it's still 2. If they get a 3 here, puts that margin just a bit of a buffer.
This is where a quality skipper pays for themselves, Tice. The ability to cut margins back when you're trailing, and when you're holding, the ability to add 1 more.
Just needs to stop. Just come through a bit.
Just gets the wrong side. It is 2 shots.
I'm going to love and leave you, Tone. Thank you for having me on board this week. I've enjoyed every minute of the commentary.
Well played this week, Tice, and thank you very much for joining us in commentary, mate. Your knowledge of the game is outstanding. We do appreciate it. We look forward to having you in next time.
No worries, thank you. I'm going to hand you over to JT.
Righto, while we get the finishing touches done on JT's makeup, we'll get him all suited up and ready in the booth. As we start this end, we've played 6 ends. We're a third of the way through this match. It's currently an 8-2 lead to the Cartwright skipped Golden Murray rink. Welcome, JT.
Thanks, Tony, for having me back. Done all the hard work so you don't have to do anything later on.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Packed all the the display stands up and the shelving, and yeah, just looking after you as we usually do.
You're a good man. It's not true what they say about you, mate. You are a good man. I don't know how much of this match you've been able to see, JT, but
not a lot.
It's the score doesn't quite tell the story. But, David Cartwright has been very good in his first half a dozen ends or so. Leaders are probably having a pretty close battle. No real victor there.
Anthony was on fire the first game, I know that.
Yeah, Tice said he hardly had one outside of foot. Battle of the seconds, Brent Reiner's just probably been able to edge out Nelson Ball. Called him as being one of the X factors in this match at the start.
I thought it was very good early in their semi-final match. Just try to watch it, and I thought he was quite pivotal in that match.
Yep.
And yeah, if he's doing something similar, well, he's doing his job, isn't he? So.
Yep. Lovely weight was the call from Dave Cartwright. That one is about pin high. And Todd Trewarne hasn't done a lot wrong. He's killed an end or two and had a bit going on, but Dave Cartwright has just had the better at this stage. They've really struggled going back towards the clubhouse for some reason, but they're looking to have found it a bit better now the last couple of times, though it's
not far away.
Quite a sparse head. Who's your pick in this one, JT?
Well, I've been the absolute worst person for predictions this week, and it just shows I know nothing about the sport, I think. And I happened to have this conversation with the Melton crew there, and I said, listen, anyone who slaps some money in my hand, I'll say the opposite team, because that'll probably, I'll reverse jinx them.
Yep.
No one did, so then I walked past the Melton crew and said, listen, I just think you guys might win. And I walked past there as I come back to the commentary little area, and they go, thanks for saying it, JT.
Yeah. True to form, you have reverse jinxed them so far.
The only one the only one I haven't got wrong? My Falls team.
Murray Valley Falls. You did say you had a very good combination up front.
Maybe that's all that's the payback on me for getting that over the line. Whilst Nelson didn't get shot down, he won't be unhappy with that because it will give Todd chances to get shot.
You can see Dave Cartwright really struggling to walk.
I was going to say, I feel like he's more meandering than he normally does.
He was terrible yesterday, as in the way he was walking looked terrible. He's got some issue at the top of his leg, which is really struggling. He said his bowling action's still fine, other than getting back up after delivery.
No, I watched him at the end of that semi-final. I thought, no, that's not him normally.
Yeah, walking up and back is real difficult for him. So, of course, you see Josh Cartwright with a knee brace on. He injured his knee playing footy last weekend. So it's all happening, the Cartwright family.
And then the rest of the family sitting right behind the rink.
Yep.
Jacob's disappeared though. Not sure where he's gone.
Liv gave us a wave earlier.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There we go, got a thumbs up now. They'll be happy with what they've seen so far.
They're obviously more in tune with us, and they don't even care about what's going on the green. They just want to listen to our subtle tones, you know.
Well, now that you're in, they weren't listening at all before. No, that's not true. They were. They've been watching intently, listening to Tyson Cromie.
Tice is always very insightful.
He's good. His bowls IQ is right up there.
Todd looks close. Probably just lacked a foot too. Yeah, good call from Brent Reiner. If David can touch the jack around the corner, might make throw fault.
Casper's getting a bit worried about this one. Worried it might get out of hand, so he's wanting the Metro West boys.
One thing we've actually managed to do well, not that we've got any actually influence over it, is we're getting close finals. So for those supporting the Gold Murray team, they probably don't want that. And those supporting the Metro West team will be hoping for that at this stage.
All right, so Todd Trewarne has one last go at this.
He probably just wants 2 feet yard on his last. He said he can get through Nelson's either bowls to get shot. And there is a gap there where he can actually come through and sit the shot bowl of Brett Reiner's. I'm going to actually...
Reiner.
I've known him for bloody 20 odd years, even longer, and I still didn't even know how to say his last name. How good am I going?
Now you're in the swear jar again too.
Did I say something else today?
You did.
Ah, well.
Who the that beautiful picture there. This is Bendigo East Bowls Club. Bright blue sky. Fantastic conditions here. As you see Todd Trewarne just working out his options. There is some danger he kicks the jack away for 2 down.
I'm not sure it's getting back.
Maybe not at that speed. Oh, nearly got there the wrong way, but just the one to Goulburn Murray. They lead now 9 shots to 2. We played 7 ends of this 18-end match.
I'd nearly argue Denzel's walking worse than I do.
Where does he get Denzel from?
I actually don't know.
But he's always been known as Denzel. That's not a new one.
It's been for as long as I've known him,
Yeah. I love some of these nicknames. That Matty O'Brien on the other day was Twisties. Anthony Holland here is Dutchy.
Well, but so is his brother is.
Yeah, well, almost every Holland, isn't it? Called Dutchy. Brent Reiner is Rhino. Nelson Ball is Nuggets. Todd Trewarne has a nickname. Somebody called him Uber in the chat earlier because he drives a lot. Don't know if it was a nickname though.
Is the Cartwright Denzel, was there a Denzel in the Bonanza show? Because they were Cartwrights, weren't they?
I think you're right. I don't know if there was a Denzel though. A bit before my time. I'm only 27.
I'm getting some nods over from the support crew over there.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
No.
No? Ah.
No. Thumbs down.
Well, that's Timmy Hancock's throwing out comments like, surely you can work it out. Well, obviously I can't.
Anthony Briggs saying Todd Trewarne's nickname is Hollywood.
Where you going? No idea.
Self-proclaimed or given to him?
Don't know. Briggsy will tell us. He's a good fella, Briggsy. Kieran Gardner says he's been Denzel for a long, long time. JT works out most things, particularly to do with TV shows and movies, and that is, I would say that's, if I had you in a trivia team, that'd be your strength, I reckon.
And sport.
Bit of sport, yeah.
I've been told I've got a head full of...
No Denzel in the Bonanza, says Philip.
you know,
So it's not that.
Hurry a bit more. Yep.
Brent Reiner just a touch short with that one. I'd be disappointed with that. It's been pretty good. A lot of sirens going on today. Not sure what's happening in downtown Benders, but
the after effects of Groove in the Moo.
could well be.
Oh, that works out for Nelson, or Nuggets, or Nugs.
Yeah, get it close. What is he? Bowl short. 2. I'll go you there. Round mine. I want your foot through yours. Through yours. Find the hole. Good. If not, you're going to give me another bowl here.
There you go. Good clear instructions from Dave Cartwright. Lisa Trewarne says the nickname was given to Todd, which is Hollywood.
Two.
It's a fair call. Nearly resulted exactly what he was after.
Great bowl.
It was well played.
Great bowl.
Chris Williams says it is Cartwright's in the Bonanza. So
Definitely Cartwrights. Hang on.
there we go. Olivia Cartwright. Now she will know.
Ah,
Favourite actor is Denzel Washington, DC. The initials are DC. So there you go.
that's abstract.
Yeah, gets there. It works. Thank you for clearing that up, Liv. You should be doing some study, by the way.
They're looking too snug over there.
They are. Good to see. Just try and flatten out Brent Reiner's bowl, JT. Is that the best option?
Oh, I think so, something like that. The thing is, you don't want to go over quick and peel it out, so I think it'd be just arriving.
Yep. This one's just not quite arriving.
Don't cock it up.
You could hear Dave Cartwright perhaps in the effects mic saying, don't block it up. Well played, Tim Hancock. Got Casper John happy.
That's the track. It's all on the speed now.
Hurry, buddy. Push. Go.
Very close. Just not quite. Think about 8 inches off being second shot. Casper's asking for something in the comments. Love it.
The fact that he's got it as a setting on one of his stream deck buttons is incredible.
Yeah, don't you dare show me where that button is. I'll be pushing the thing. I'll have RSI if I work out where that button is.
I'll just have to say something else stupid the next 12 months to get onto a new thing.
Get on it.
Only a matter of time.
Get on it.
This is not a bad effort here from Dave Cartwright. Gee, he's been bowling well. He has been bowling super. First one didn't miss by much, and the second one was cherry ripe. Draws a big high five. Brent Reiner.
CJ, no, and for those who were tracking me at home, I actually got another winner up late in the day too. I had a good day.
One stage he was going to give up work.
Yeah, Rothfire saluted for me up at Eagle Farm.
Difficult shot now for Todd Trewarne.
Yeah, he probably just wants, a couple more feet a yard on his last. Given it a chance. If he gets to the shot, the bowl that was shot, Nelson's, it could spring Denzel's out.
Yep, it's well under. There's a little bit of movement, but no change. That'll be one more to Goulburn Murray. They now lead 10 shots to 2. We're just under halfway through this men's triples final for 2023. Details of the Victorian Bowls League released yesterday, JT.
Did see that.
It'll be exciting times.
Looking for another 7 new franchises.
Yep, all our existing 8 franchises all locked in. To expand the competition, we've doubled the prize money for 7 new franchises and a qualifier. Qualifier could well be you. JT's knack of picking them in the horses does not translate to his picking them in bowls.
No, I got no idea with the bowlers this week.
Through that far, buddy.
Chance now for Anthony Holland to put a bit of pressure on.
So we can hear the Melton crew get up and about. They have a great supporter base.
Yeah, they do.
We might have a Melton guest shortly. Give you a little rest. You can.
Well, definitely be an upgrade. I'm not sure who you've got planned, but it'll be an upgrade.
Yeah, great weight, Mal. Awesome. Good. Either way, really. If you fail, it's going to stop them from being able to. Going to be behind. Good. Mile short of Jack, mate.
We'll wait till this end finishes and then we'll do a little tag team.
Here you come now.
I hope you've got someone good, JT.
It's a very
I mean,
special guest.
To be fair, I haven't set the bar very high, so
No, well, anyone's going to be improving on you, Tone,
this
that's
is
for
true.
sure.
This is true.
Where's yours?
We might do some hot potato chairs as well too, you know, so get me in front of the...
In front of the buttons.
decks.
You want to push the kangaroo button, don't you?
Nope.
The magpie button? You just missed it.
No one's laughing.
Oh, no, they are.
Exactly, it's okay.
Could wait by Nelson, just a fraction tight. That is the swingier side.
DTI in the chat saying go Cartwrights. See Denzel's mobility issues getting back now. He just looks in pain, the poor bug.
As I said,
So
I
that-
very rarely ever see someone walk worse than me down the green, and he's
Yeah.
got me covered at the moment.
He does. Just asking the boys to move again so you can see the boundary peg.
It's never flustered me that. I reckon there could be a girl doing cartwheels naked, and I still wouldn't see him behind the rink when I'm bowling.
You just tuned in. Where do you take your line from? We're talking about this. Tice takes his from Jack High. Denzel obviously takes it off the peg.
I use the peg/bank for that very first or second bowl roughly, and then I just visualise my line and look halfway down the green basically where the widest point is.
Gets a friendly little rub off Brent Reiner's bowl. Now, you said no one was laughing at the kangaroo. Casper has just said he's enjoying the kangaroo and lots of laughy faces. So
Well,
it stays.
that's Casper.
Yeah, he's a good fella.
He is a great fella. Right. So 1 or 2? I haven't seen a paddle of rugby baits.
One on a measure, I think, was the call.
A multiple would come in very handy for the Metro West team right now.
Yeah, see, Jan Morton likes it too. Good on you, Morty. Well played.
We're making our guests wait.
Well, you told your guest to wait.
Not bad there from Todd. If he gets a little jack movement at that pace, own bowl over, it's not the worst.
Options. 3 feet.
Just going now. One far away. A couple bowls wider, would have got a result.
bit greedy, eh? That's all right.
Todd probably wants to drop 2 feet off, I reckon. Definitely play a higher line. It's all on the speed now. It does turn hard there once it comes.
Your weight was good again.
Rightio, let's just get the indication. 1 it is.
Just one.
They stopped that run of 3 ends in a row.
Thanks,
Tone,
JT.
I'll
Enjoy
bid
the
you
rest
a
of the call.
due. I'll get you back on to finish off.
Righto.
Or Jimmy, one of you two.
You can find your special guest to call the concluding stage of the men's triples final.
Thank you to Tone. And my special guest, who has a connection to this match, is our reigning Victorian Under-18 Female Player of the Year, Lily Dodd.
Hello, JT.
How you going?
Good, yourself?
Good, thank you. Now, why I asked you today is, one, obviously we want to get that Melton connection in here because obviously you play out of the Melton club. But two, you've come. I've noticed lately you've become a bit of a social media star yourself for your own club. Banter with Bogues, as we call it.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, and so I just thought, well, you seem outgoing and have a bit of a personality. Let's get you on the live stream and see how you go.
Well, you would actually be surprised. I'm actually really nervous to be here.
You did tell me that,
Even
as
though
I asked you.
Yeah, even though I do banter with Bogues, it's very nerve-wracking for me.
I'm sure you'll be fine. What's your assessment of the match? I know you've been sitting to the side and watching, and obviously you have a connection with Todd and Anthony, both being at your club, and Todd, your coach, correct?
Yeah.
What's, if you were going to give Todd some advice for the first time, what were you going to tell him?
I'd probably say that the boys need to talk just a little bit more.
Okay.
Like, they're a bit quiet this game.
Yep.
Than they usually are, so... Just a bit more communication from all three boys and, a bit more up and about.
Good. And you're not long after having another Under-18 State Championship week here.
Yep.
How'd you find it?
Yeah, there's lots of words. I don't know what to say, to be honest. It was very different. I just love playing with all the teammates that I get to play with, and playing with Ozzy and Mayer and Karsh. Just grateful for the opportunity that I get to play with them. So
You had a fantastic... I was watching your triples campaign, and you probably knocked off you would probably argue a more fanciful team on paper.
Yes.
And got you into the final, and then kind of stopped there for you guys, didn't it? Unfortunately. You did a fantastic. Briggsy's there with some of the comments.
We love Briggsy. He's a good fella.
So just tell me a bit of background. How did Banter with Bogues start?
Banter with Bogues actually started back in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Not that many people know this, but we were during a lockdown, and the club has a Facebook Messenger page, and I just thought, why not do something a bit fun, and interviewed myself. So, and then I got asked to do it this season. I was like, why not? Get the club out there, get myself out there, and got heaps of viewers now, which is great.
You do. That's fantastic. So far, the Metro West guys opted for a different length. They've brought the mat up. I think they did this a couple ends ago before I jumped back on the stream. It's obviously trying to change it up and get the Goulburn Murray team a little bit out of rhythm and try and find some range for them. Hasn't necessarily worked just yet. And where's the name Bogues come from?
I'm a bit of a bogan to heart.
Fair. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
So what do you reckon Todd's going to do here?
Well, there's plenty of room to draw, so... But they have got the back bowls, so...
It's probably not much of a target, though, is there?
No.
No, I think for this first, he's going to try and dead draw it. When he's on his game, he would normally be able to do this with his eyes closed. Proved us wrong, and you nearly nailed it, Lil.
I know.
That is a terrific bowl. Well, this is why we got you on here. You half predicted that, didn't you?
Well, I did play with him for half a season, so I kind of...
Currently holding, I reckon, 3 at this point in time. This is the type of end they need to get back in the game, don't they?
Yep. They need a number.
So what's next for you, bowls-wise?
Regionals. Up at Moama.
True.
Yep.
Representing Metro West?
Yep.
Where are you playing in that? As in what position?
A lead.
Yes. David's been fantastic this match. It's going to be hard for him to get shot, but the way he's been going, if anyone can do it, he's the guy.
My bad.
And who's your skipper at Region Sides?
To be honest, I can't remember.
Fair enough.
We have one. If you get them both, it makes it that's three. But if you only get one, makes no difference. That's the one that's holding it there. Yeah. If I only get that one, but if you only get that one, then I'll bring it at least one.
Trying to work out.
Huh? No, it's through the hole. Forehand. You're going pretty good at it.
So maybe the angle is not actually giving us exactly what's going on. I actually thought they had 3 already. But it may be because they're a little bit off the centre of where the jacks landed in the ditch. Maybe that yellow one of Brent Reiner's is actually stopping them from a couple. And I reckon Brent, Todd's might play a bit of weight here.
He's going for it.
So I would have swore they had 3. There you go.
Both. Get them both! Get them both! Oh, you're... Get me off. Getting outrageous.
It's a fair bowl, that.
One. Yep. Draw, mate. Try and beat mine, boys.
Check the comments, Lil. They're telling you what your rink is at Region Sides.
Oh, yeah. Playing with Sarah Rogers, Brooke and Chelsea. So it's good team. Good, strong team.
Nice strike. One down.
It's only 1. Well,
I thought it was more.
yeah, so did I, Lil.
Yeah, I'm happy to say.
2 ends in a row, though, for the Metro West team. It's 10-4 now. We've played 10 ends. And then after regions, what else?
I think we were starting to get you both, mate.
I'm not sure. I don't keep track of this stuff. My mum does.
Well, I can inform you there will be an under-18 trial at some stage.
Yes, there will be.
And then, if successful, there is a under-18 test series in Kyabram in
Which
July.
will be very exciting. Yes.
You'll have to play well.
Well, I have to trial first.
That's what I mean. You have to play well at the trial. This tactic again, mat up. It's probably, I'd say it's
Meter bar.
metre and a half off the,
Meter.
yep, off the 21 metre mark. And Josh is one of our other juniors that's going quite successful this week, leading here in this match.
Very good, 2 Got the back one, well done.
Fair correction here from Anthony. Looks like he's nailed it. Nearly. Don't be afraid to make predictions here, Lil.
Okay.
It's all part of the game. Have you seen much of Nelson play?
I've watched a couple of games
Yep.
he's played in.
Yep.
Yeah. He's also a really good fella, so...
Correct. Him and his dad are up here for the state pairs early in the week. Unfortunately went down the last 10 in the round of 16. He was
It's a
part of
good
the...
goal there.
Yeah, it was a great bowl. He was part of the City team in the City versus Country trial there a couple of Saturdays ago on Sunday. You want to respond to that one, Lil?
Well, Jocelyn is an absolute darling. Love her to bits and excited to share a room with her for regionals. We're going to have a great time. So, yeah. She bowled really well at Champs Week as well.
Right idea from Nels. Looking to just arrive and get to that shot bowl. Probably cooked it a little quick. Not bad there from Brent Reiner. Oh, God, I'm getting the last name wrong. How good am I going? John, that is incorrect. The new rule says that if it's past the head not gaining any advantage, you're still allowed to pick the bowl up. Alright, Todd needs to probably land the shot bowl, 2 feet, yard, get a jack around the corners as an option as well.
The line's looking good.
Yeah, he's stalking it, which means he thinks he's close.
Likes it.
Good, buddy. Very good.
It's a good bowl.
Great bowl, turns it enough around the corner to Anthony's bowl. As we see the replay there, comes across, jams on Anthony's bowl. Regardless if it did jam there or not, it was going to be a lot better off for them. And Briggsy's saying in the chats that you did an episode of Banter with Bogues today. What I want to know is, do you just carry microphones around just for the circumstances
Well,
of doing Banter with Bogues?
I leave mine in my bowls bag. I don't know what Briggsy does with his, but I leave mine in my bowls bag.
Down, Dental.
It wasn't far away then, was he, Lil?
No, would have been perfect.
That hand is the hand that hangs a fraction if you play a little bit over.
I actually like that hand.
Do ya?
Yeah, I did.
So is that from experience of playing the juniors?
Yeah,
You
I
play-
liked
playing that hand?
that
Yeah.
hand.
Good. Alright, Todd's now got to get back to the dead draw. If they can hang on to this hand, it'll go a long way to them getting back in the game. Don't think he's around that bowl of Reiner's. Just a bit shy. Okay, put yourself in the Goulburn Murray team's position here, Lily. What's being played? Because the last bowl of Todd's might have got on the way in the backhand.
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Good chance there, mate. Back to the line. That's you. You're 50-50 here. I bet you're here with a bottom place, aren't I? You pull nice there. You're landing your 3. Yeah.
The special effects, Mike's picking up some the conversation between Brent and David. Discussion was around just playing the forehand, just arriving, full draw. He's trying hard.
It's a good effort.
Very close again. Another one. 10-5, Lil.
Plenty of time to come back.
11 ends, so we've got 7 to go. At an end game for those just joining us recently. Dead ends to be replayed. Now, as a junior bowler, coming through the ranks, how often do you practice?
It's usually 2 times a week.
Yep.
So it's a
Because you don't
Tuesday
live
and
in
Thursday.
Melton, correct?
No,
No.
but it's only 15 minutes away.
Cool.
So
Yep.
yeah.
And you've been playing Division
2
2.
at top side.
Your top side,
Yeah.
Division 2. I was trying to have a memory there of what it was. I thought it was Division 2.
We were a bit unlucky this season in our finals, but that's okay. Someone's going to lose and someone's going to win.
It is the story generally.
Yeah. Good starter from Josh.
He had a pretty good state junior championship week. He never won an actual event, but
He
he went
bowled
quite
really
quite
well.
deep in a number of
Yeah.
events, didn't he? You know.
He was on a couple of rinks next to me when we played a couple of games, and he was bowling some pretty good bowls from what I saw.
Looks like he's corrected well here. Still plenty of room. Notice neither skipper updated the scoreboard for us then, even though we've got it right. Bit slack, both of them. Great bowl, Nelson. So if we look at the ends played, the Goulburn Murray team has won 6 and Metro West has won 5, but the difference being is probably that 4
Yeah.
that's probably got them the lead.
Come on, please, bud. Anthony Nuggies. Hello, mate. Good bowls, good.
His weight's looking really good again.
Wasn't far away, it was that late turn. I reckon this rink's potentially changed a little bit from this morning too. Like, not that we played on this rink, but I think there's more turn coming on this side of the green than what has normally been for most of the week. There is a slight breeze around. Are you going to the Australian Open this year?
Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm doing
Okay.
a Year 12 subject, so I kind of need to be at school.
Makes sense. What about Junior Golden Nugget? Are you considering
Yes.
entering that? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if the wind's got up and it's coming towards where the mat end is, Lil, because there's been a number of bowls. So if you look at this head at the moment, there's only 3 bowls that have actually passed Jack High, 1 that's probably Jack High, and then the last 4 or 5 have all dropped short.
I mean, the wind is blowing that way, so
Yeah.
could be.
It's probably a bit more pronounced than what it was earlier on. He needs to land that.
It's a
Has.
good ball.
Might have made 2 or 3. Wow, 1 according to marker Rodney Bates. Todd would want a yard on his last, I reckon.
Another 3 brackets, but yeah, it needs to go. We'd be probably 4.
There you go. So Todd's weighing up between going the bowl or jack. They've got the backest. But as Anthony Holland indicated, if their bowl goes, which is the bowl of Nelson's, they'd probably be 4 down themselves. It's that risk versus reward scenario, Lily.
Yep.
What would you do?
I know Todd can draw it, so I feel as though... But I also feel like they need to pick up a number as well. So...
If they get
I'm
one
not
here,
sure.
though, like if they get 1, if they can get shot, it's still 4 with 6 to play. It's still very
Yeah.
gettable.
I guess whatever he's more comfortable doing, he'll do. So...
He's going it. Big bowl here.
And he likes it.
Well, sometimes you've got to play with a bit of weight and get a bit lucky to change the tide in the match. They're probably currently holding 3. Did you see who slipped in right behind you there, Lil?
Yep, my good friend Jimmy.
He's actually going to do some work for the first time all week. He'll jump on commentary very shortly.
Don't be mean, JT.
Well, it's true. I'm only calling it how it is. Well, you did call the weight part. They got a bit lucky with the result. Big bowl here from David Cartwright. Hasn't really let the side down once this game so far. Don't think... Oh, well, no, he is.
It's a good ball.
Rightio, that stops the run of 3 ends. We're 2/3 of the way through the match. Lil, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Good experience for you.
It was very, yeah, it's different.
Keep going with the banter with Bogues. And who knows, in the right situation, you might get another Guernsey with the A-team, you know.
Hopefully.
Cheers, Lil.
Very good, pal. Hold on. Good leg there, Dot. There. Other leg. Go on.
11-5, 12 ends, and I welcome. We haven't really commentated that often together this week, Jimmy.
I've done a fair bit, mate.
Little bit. We call ourselves the A-team.
Yeah, self-anointed A-team. That was a huge ball from Denzel, David Cartwright then. He looked short to me.
I was nearly going to make the call. It's short, and then it just kept going.
That was a great ball, pressure ball really. Last third of the game, 5 up. You know, he's a few ends in a row for the Metro West guys. You don't want to let them out the box. Shot from Anthony Holland.
I still think there's plenty of twists and turns left in this match.
Yeah, still plenty of ends left. Afternoon, Casper. Be seeing you Tuesday night, mate, for the managers' meeting. Don't forget, and then we'll catch up with you next weekend at State Pennant.
Yeah. Shot from Brent Reiner. Very consistent player. Afternoon pitch. It's a voice that's getting tired, to be honest. I'm looking forward to my own bed. And a great week here at State Champs Week, Bendigo East. The under-18s the week before as well. Some amazing bowls played. And all played in really good spirits, Josh. I think that's the one thing I'm going to take away from this week is it was all in good fun.
Very rare you get a lot of angst on the box screen, though.
Debatable.
Rare. I say rare.
Really good, mate.
Nelson will be looking just to tidy his line up. His weight was fantastic first bowl.
Looks better. He's kept his weight. He's real good. His screen's getting a decent tune now.
Yeah.
It's pretty quick. First time we've streamed off rink 6 as well all week. Over from rink 5.
No, well, we did do probably the men's falls final from roughly 5.
Yeah, I meant full game. Yep,
Yep.
fair call.
Probably was half a rink over, though, still, I
It's
reckon.
difficult to see because there's some knucklehead standing in front of the camera the whole of that game. It didn't really matter what rink we're on.
Don't know who you're talking about. I reckon Denzel will be arriving on his backhand here.
So I've been sort of trying to keep an eye on this game through the window. I've been packing up and stuff, and they didn't seem to be building the heads, the guys from Metro West. Whereas this is a pretty consistent head for him. Got a couple in there, making David do some work. Tight for me, that.
Sorry.
Todd just trying to do exactly what Nelson did.
I think so, yeah.
Even if he gets into the bowl of Anthony Holland, it's workable for him.
Going now too. He wants to stay off the Brett Reiner
Yeah,
bowl.
he definitely wants to stay off that. Instead, he's played it in pretty unfortunate circumstance.
Now, come for a little.
I wouldn't mind him coming for a look, Denzel, if he was a bit quicker.
I was going to say,
He's lumbering down the green, the big man.
it'll take him 10 or 15 minutes just to get down here.
He looks tired. He looks tired. He's had a big couple of weeks ferrying the kids to and from as well, coming and supporting Olivia and Jacob and Josh through the under-18s as well. He looks like a dad who needs a Sunday afternoon off, doesn't he? Much like me and you. Sure, it'll be a better Sunday afternoon off if he's got a state men's triples winner medal hanging around his neck.
Absolutely.
It would mean he would get to go over to Perth for the Nationals with Olivia, who won the women's singles earlier this week, which seems like an eternity ago. It was only probably 5 days ago or something.
Be handy, Brettle. Well, mate, got to be handy.
I like it.
Oh, maybe, yes.
Good shot from David. Takes a second. What are you doing if you touch one? Do you think both them bowls go? Do you think both the bowls go, JT, in front?
Well, I think he won't be short. That's a pretty easy statement to make.
Ethan, it's one of them funny days, I've got to be honest. If you're not in the sun, it is pretty cold up here. We're both in hoodies out. Yeah.
It's going real big.
Get them both. Get them both, boys. Run through.
Oh, good shot from Todd Trewarne. They do both go, JT.
I think he's made 3 or 4 there.
They do both go. He was
Oh,
confident.
2. Hang on, whose bowl's that one there? Is that? Oh, that's Denzel's bowl. My apology.
He was confident out the hand. It wasn't far out his hand, and he knew he was close to his target. Great hit.
Still could be 3, but definitely 2.
Both of them playing real big skippers bowls there. Is the 2. Good pick up.
$11-7. Played 13 ends.
It's starting to happen for Metro West. They're hitting the shots now. They're building the heads better. They're having opportunities. So this is where the Golden Murray guys just need to weather the storm a little bit. Make sure they're only dropping 1s and 2s.
Well, pretty much that's all I've done, and the 4 ends they've dropped the last 5. It's all been 1s and 8-2. So
I think most kids enjoy a good drive, Jeff. I know he's pretty good then, pretty accurate on that one. You don't want to forget that one, Anthony Holland. Shot from Josh. It's how to punish it.
yeah, that's a great start. Considering Anthony put his first one in the ditch. Don't look far away.
It's a hang on. It's very slick, this grain.
It's definitely picked up this afternoon, hasn't it?
It's probably the most wind I've seen as well. I can see some of the flags blowing about.
There was an end the last time the end this way. There was a fair few short bowls. I reckon the wind's got up and become more pronounced headwind going this direction.
Yeah, okay.
This one's close.
Yeah, Nelson ball. This is a ripper. That's an absolute bomb.
See, the bowl turned and then the jack come back to it.
Got it on a string, mate.
That is the perfect definition of that. It was like it was a little yo-yo. Went away from you and then come back in again.
It's a fair effort from Brent.
Either side of that, mate. Can't touch it again. It's real good. On your weight now.
Quick, is he?
If he gets to the plinth, he's half a sniff of being a good bowl. Fraction too quick.
You only have to contact that ball that lays down. Kitty will fly to you.
A similar type of weight for Brent will be good here. Try and rock Nelson's bowl on the jack.
He doesn't have to change much weight from his
Yeah,
last to get the shot.
Pretty similar, would be good.
Hurry. Hurry past.
Yeah, David urging it past. It's kind of in no man's land there.
Todd's weight doesn't seem that far away.
Can he hang around for another shot as well?
Yeah, it's canning.
Good stuff from Todd Trewarne. They hold 2 now.
Casper's given us a footy update. Cats dominating Essendon at MCG. Hawkins is 6 goals to half time. Wow. Bet you doesn't end up as many as Kerno. Alright, let's see what Denzel's doing here.
Second shot.
Just about. Yeah,
Pretty happy with that.
Great bowl.
And you know what that is? You know where that's annoying for Metro West? Is you really don't want to play backhand and accidentally touch Nelson's ball on the jet.
Yeah, spring it too far.
So it's not like it's just a simple, all right, let's go onto the backhand for Todd and try and sit that ball out now. He's got to really consider his options. I'd be surprised to see him on the backhand because it is dangerous. It's long enough forehand.
Staying on the forehand. He's looking to try and thread that gap still. If his speed's good, he's half a sniffer still getting down there and counting.
Under.
Oh,
That is brilliant. That is ridiculous.
they're really swooping out there now.
That's a...
Again, I don't think it discourages Denzel from attacking here. There's not a lot of danger.
Get out that way, Josh. What a shot from David Cartwright.
Great shot, mate.
That's
What a shot.
fantastic bowl.
Some massive bowls being played in the last couple of ends here. Wonder the boys from Golden Murray.
That's a great call. Matty Flapper, our under-18 state coach, saying it's great to see some of our under-18 players figuring prominently in the later stages of the state championship week. We had Emily Davies playing in the triples final. Josh Cartwright in the boys triples final. Capey Cromie was in the triples.
Will Mays,
Will Mays was in the triples.
Asire in the men's pairs.
Yes.
On your way, Biggin. Dewey.
Probably missing one.
Wrong hand.
Shot from Josh. Corrects pretty well.
Down. Great shot up there.
Anthony, tight to the last bowl. Make shot.
Come on here, mate. It'll come. Oh. Start doing now. And all. That's a real good home there, pal. Well done. Thank you. Help.
All right, Nelson. Doesn't look very far away again.
Great shot. Great.
That's 2 shots.
Can get it there now. Arrive on the second shot. Roll the blues. All good. That all. Oh, Brent, Reiner, I've waited all day. So boy. Come on, through it. Thanks for that.
Brent Reiner not very far away there. Nelson be looking to do something similar to his last.
Hurry. Sorry, Mark, can I just get you to...
It's coming now, but I was going to say I don't think it's getting back quick enough, which nearly made a liar out of me.
It's another good bowl and a good home. If they can get hold of that jack with that type of weight, you can pick up 3, maybe 4, depending on how far it goes across with Josh's bowl.
It's getting to the stage where Todd might have to still try and get more in there and leave that shot open and just hope Denzel doesn't get it. It's all on Todd's speed now. He's not far away. Just, again, that late turn everybody's getting.
Don't show you happy days.
Probably only has to adjust his line subtly, very subtly, for it to get down to the jack.
Sizzle. Send the ball in.
Good effort. See the Cartwright family huddled under blankets behind that green there.
I know.
All they need is some popcorn. Someone get him some popcorn. I reckon they're listening to us as well.
They're definitely listening to us. Well, there's been a bit of interaction going on in this match.
All right.
Well, particularly since I know since I've been on there, it was early.
It looks like...
I don't know what Liv's showing us over there, but she's showing us something.
Oh, they've got popcorn. Maybe that was popcorn. Yes.
Maybe I'll get one last sombreros before I go back home this afternoon, Jimmy.
Do you not have sombreros up in Swan Hill?
No.
Mexican food not made its way that far up in to God's country.
We're in the bush, mate. We're in the bush. Right. Todd can afford to be just arriving and get to either Nelson's or Anthony's other bowl,
Yeah,
and
he's
it
close,
could
mate.
make.
Yeah, very good.
Still made
Played it
two,
well.
I reckon.
He played that real well. That was a good, confident shot, actually.
Like, it could have been better, but it's still a good result.
Another couple. The key here for the guys from Metro West is to string a couple together now. 3 ends left to play. They're 3 behind. They're going to have to win at least 2 of them. You could argue all 3.
If you work on worst case scenario of dropping a 1, you need to get 4 in the other 2 ends. It's gettable. It's gettable.
It's definitely gettable. If they win this next end, it's real game on.
All comes down to the leads.
Shot, Chewy. Down. Middle.
Look at that late turn, Jimmy.
It's hoping. Like hoping. Thanks, Briggsy. Had some great fun this week. Seen some amazing games. Seen just how strong bowls is in Victoria, really.
Well, again, it's your state championships. You expect to have good games, you know.
We know who's going to win the overall. We announced that. Have we spoke about that or not?
I haven't, no. I was before we got to that. I was going to make a statement about outside what the men's singles. Every other winner so far this week's been a country side.
Yeah, it's huge.
So it just backs up what happened 2 weeks ago, where country defeated City in both the men's and ladies.
You think that form will follow on and state pennant next weekend? Countryside will take that out as well. All signs are pointing to that, hey?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting.
Traditionally, the weekend is won by slightly more. Has been won slightly more by city sides, and the midweek has been more by country.
It's 1 in a measure, according to marker Rodney Bates. Do you think there's quality countrysides that are capable of winning next weekend?
100%.
I think of Shep Golf, won it before.
Mm-hmm.
Ocean Grove, won it before.
Okay, runner-up last year.
And Bendigo hasn't won it before, but coming from an area that generally goes pretty good, there's 3 that pop into my head straight away that
I'd say he's got a very handy side, Wodonga as well.
have won it before.
Frankston, I know we haven't seen a weekend Peninsula win, but they're a very strong side. Have been for a while in that area. And yeah, of course, Deer Park.
Yes, there is plenty of quality in that Deer Park side, no doubt about it.
It's weekend.
Yeah. We've probably seen a few more country teams win the midweek
Yep.
pennant.
Yeah.
Historically.
Last year.
That's right. Gisborne played. Who was that in the final?
City of Geelong.
Yeah, that's right. We live streamed that one.
Yeah, before Port Melbourne defeated Coringal.
I can recall Romsey winning it once.
Enjoy your trip, Briggsy. Don't think about bowls. It's a great call from Brent Reiner. That's what you are playing good, mate. Draws a shot. Good stuff. He's playing big skippers bowls when it counts at the moment. He's the man who looks like he needs a good sleep.
And a massage.
Yeah.
You reckon he runs at the bowl?
Yep. Any issues? Denzel's drawing so well. He'll just put it back in there. You back him to anyway. Don't think he's full pout though, JT. He normally winds up bigger on the practice swings, yep. Just trying to draw it off. Needs it to start turning.
Hasn't played it bad.
Good, mate. Great effort.
Just goes out, I feel. Great effort from Todd.
I thought he had it a yard out. I thought it was going to stop in time.
We one of the Goulburn Murray boys.
Well, there's that one in you said that if they
Yeah.
get, it makes it awfully hard. 13-9. 2 to play.
Thanks, Jeff. Now we have rotated a few people through. Really
Yeah.
appreciate everyone helping in. Brian Ransbridge this morning Tyson Cromie's done a bit. Sophie Kurzman, Lily Dodd,
Trish Toolan,
Trish Doolan.
Sarah Roger, Snorkel, James Pearce, first go. Nah, we can't listen to us all the time.
Can't do it all the time.
Everyone's heard me cough all week. Particularly Brad, the technician. Still unhappy about it, but anyway, he'll live with it.
Oh, he's got you with a kangaroo.
It's the only thing he's got up his sleeve.
Right, something's going to happen. I need 4 in 2 ends to force an extra end. 5 to win it. It's all going to have to start with Anthony Holland.
Cheers, Nors.
Thanks for all the positive comments. We'll be back next weekend streaming State Pennant weekend and midweek as well. So you haven't got too long to wait.
Josh, mate. Oh, not having white.
He's ripped this one off early.
Alright, Toddy's going for a chat else. I reckon obviously they're going to weigh up, looking for the bowl of Reiners.
I reckon he's going through. Did I just hear Anthony say pop the jack?
Well,
Running bare jacks.
they've got the backest.
He's a back end player, Nelson. Skips at Yarraville. He's having that search on the forehand.
Bowl clean.
Yeah, bowl clean, and then stun over's good. And gets the jack out of bounds.
Oh,
Out of bounds.
it's kind of what they needed. That head wasn't shaping up well to get a multiple. It'll make my wife unhappy that we're playing in her end. She's messaged me, how long to go?
Yeah, off at the same text. Say 2 ends.
I've seen my my family twice in the last, where do we go? 16 days, 14 days, something like that.
I can always tune in and listen to you on the bowls just to realise how annoying you are again for 5 minutes, mate. Nah, stay in Bendigo.
She probably would. Yeah, thanks for chiming in, Bradley.
he still in Cairns?
Nah, he's back.
Right, Josh Cartwright, if he can find a good couple of lead bowls, he's going to make it difficult for Metro West. Hasn't quite sent this one, I don't think.
Well, here's an opportunity.
Yeah, they're going to have to take a couple of opportunities to get back in front here.
Did I hear him say he didn't get the bait? It's better by Josh.
Still plenty of room. Force a change of hand. Needs one here, JT.
Front knocker would help in their scenario.
Just wants him to settle a bit here. Good stuff. That's the first brick they need to build. No, you don't want to go to extra end against these Goldenbury rinks here. They won their way in this morning with an extra end against Gippsland. We haven't had an extra end, have we, on the live stream yet?
What's that, sorry?
We haven't had an extra end yet, have we?
Not on the live stream, I don't think so.
Good stuff from Nelson. That's a second. Here we go, JT.
I reckon it might be somewhere near it.
I think it's close. He's hoping though, Josh. Oh, great stuff.
Good call.
Great stuff. Just got to replace that now, though, Nelson.
Yep.
Slightly narrow.
Yeah, that side's turning a hell of a lot more than it did early in the week. I'll give you the tip. Make it harder too now, where that bowl ended up.
Possibly.
It's probably hooping that much. You probably can still get down to the bowl.
You're going to have to get
jack.
the rate perfect, though.
Yep.
You can't
Can't be straight at it. Or,
Yeah.
you know, it's got to be definitive weight.
It's a big word for you.
I'm full of them. Denzel try and get there first and take the shot away from him.
Yeah, land that bowl of Anthony Hollands. It's good for him.
Doesn't want to be tight and turn that one up though. So that creates a more of a hole to the bowl now. Looks like Tony or Mel. It's Mel. It's Tony. Sorry. He's on there, just doing nothing. On the comments. Rightio, big bowl here. You can get it with his first. He'll put a fair bit of pressure on Denzel.
Took a big deep breath before getting into his delivery there. Oh, Josh is going under.
Oh, yuck.
Wow. He apologised straight away.
Yeah.
No, like it was all done in the right way. You see the disappointment in Josh and Brent and David, though. That's a sickening way to lose a ball at the head. Happens, though.
Play with weight. Anything can happen sometimes. Got to say, if he stays true to form, he'll probably just draw a shot at you.
Yeah, he's playing well enough for sure. How many has he made there? 4?
Nah, that's Brent Reiner's ball.
Yeah, good shot.
That's a great.
It's a cracking effort. Did well to compose himself there actually and play that ball, hey?
Their high five attempt wasn't real flash then. I think they missed their hands, Dave and Josh.
Yeah, he's a good foot taller than him though, so. Oh, he has grab shot there, JT.
Still chances.
Does he go the pack of bowls or does he try to get to the kiddie and nudge it back, Todd?
What if you get it a foot? It's 3 or 4.
Mm.
Depends if you want 2 or you want 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
3 or 4 would be much better. Can't see anything at the moment. Just looking for reactions.
Get out the way now.
Coming now.
Get out the way now. Stood up Dutchy's bowl at the back. It'll be 1 to Golden Murray. They'll take a 5-shot lead into the last end. He's played big bowls when it was needed. As David Cartwright, Denzel.
Looks like my commentator's curse has struck again, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh,
You have no idea
No.
what it is, not a curse. All you need is a couple of good front end bowls here. And you've gone close to claiming the title. Got one hand on it, you'd say, wouldn't you? Great start from Josh. They'll be trying to drive that jack out of bounds now. That's the only thing I was slightly surprised at actually, was they went this high up on the rink.
Just fill the shot, mate. Throw the jack's good.
Because it can still be killed and they can start again when it's jack back on the tee, less chance of it. Shot from Anthony Holland.
Still down here, mate. In here, mate. Nice turn. Yeah, better cast, buddy. Better. We could wait, but we couldn't wait much longer. Waited 18 inches for this. Come on. Oh, hello. Good one, draw the shot, mate. Touch the jack, it's good.
If he doesn't get it in there, they just go for the kill.
Jack.
We're going to have to, eh? Needs it past the jack.
All right, mate. Good again, mate.
Doesn't get it past.
Touch. Adults, you wouldn't. Where have you been all bloody day? Where have I been all day?
Brent Reiner sits him out the head.
Hello.
He's got to go for the kill now, surely. Yep.
Yep.
Close. Close at the hand, JT. Does that go out?
Oh.
Oh, you're kidding.
Wow.
How's that happened? Wow. We've seen it all in the last 2 ends here. I don't think I've seen that type of thing happen when you're trying to kill a jack for a long time.
Don't go near the jack top.
Good call from Brent Reiner. Please don't go near the jack. Just anywhere else. Yeah, well. Todd Trewarne, try and put the jack out of bounds and restart this one. He's revving up. No dice for that one.
One pill to come from either player, unless it's dead.
Nice to finish back towards the clubhouse for one, man.
Remember, your wife and I aren't happy. Your wife and mine.
Nice try to block up.
What's Brad doing there?
The camera's failed on the last end.
Is it just folded it?
Needs to kill it. Gets it out of bounds. Good hit from Todd Trewarne. Keeps this one going another end.
Lovely.
Nah, good stuff. Good
Yeah,
hit.
no, it was a very good shot.
Again, he's put the jack up. I think you're going to go right back with that jack.
I agree.
Put it on the tee.
Very hard to kill when it's on the tee. Or it's harder to tee.
Yeah, it's harder, for sure. Start from Josh. Yeah, that's right, Casper. A full-blooded drive at a bare jack is a pretty accurate go. I still can't believe Nelson's one.
Yeah, he was stiff.
It's jumped 2 feet in the air. Yeah, good stuff from Anthony Holland. They're going to need a few more of them. They're going to need 4 more of them at least.
I seen a team in my first year of bowls playing mixed fours. Mixed fours was a state event back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So in the playing area, if you want to call it, get an 8 in the last end to win their game.
Oh, he's dropping the ball if you're dropping an 8.
Correct.
Good stuff from Dutchy, Anthony Holland. He's done his part. He gets 2 ticks. Now Nelson needs 2 ticks. Problem when you're chasing a number like this is one good bowl from the opposition. Puts you in trouble. Still on here though. They need another close one. They need to get. Nelson needs to get at least one of these 2. Yeah, we bring it back. Play it sectional. One day. Knock out the next.
Did you play in it, Matthew?
Wow.
Whoa.
What was that? Like a gunshot just come up in the background.
It's all happening in Bendigo.
Let's get his raptor, get out of here. I don't know what's going on. Don't know what else can happen.
Nose up. Nose right up. Right up. Good. Very good.
Still on here. It's still on.
Be yours, mate.
Well, you are, Matthew, and the other thing is you've been playing longer than me, so you would have been around when it was on.
Did it have to be 2 and 2?
Yes. That's not going to help the situation.
No. Yeah, they needed that one in. Give Todd an opportunity to add a couple more, but again, just needs to find one here, David Cartwright, which he's pretty much been doing every end.
Beautiful. Yeah, just the way home. Racing at Randwick. Sit. Oh, so mate.
It's pretty difficult to kill. I just wonder.
Do you think they'd try and draw wide, get to Nelson's bowl, flop it over and come on in? Would that make 4?
Yeah, that's the ball that's got to come into the head, as well as 2 from Todd.
If he thinks it's too hard, he'll go early.
He's not winding up.
No, he's playing backhand too. Unless he thinks he can turn it around the corner to bring that one in.
Yeah, or bring the front one in, but it's got to come a long way.
Draw now. On the draw, mate. We're going all right. Big day.
I don't know what they're seeing, or if they can see anything.
Having a good look at it. Nelson's playing a 7-bowl plant there. I think he's driving it. That last bowl of Todd's through Nelson's, through them bowls. To get one of them back across the head.
I think what he's saying, that bowl there, which is the yellow bowl that we can see to the left of the screen.
Mm-hmm. That gets both. If he gets
that and comes off and gets the other one as well, if Josh is behind it, that's the only thing I think they're looking at.
The only thing I'm going to comment here is we've seen some ridiculous things happen the last couple of ends, so don't go anywhere because there's a potential for absolute carnage here.
The problem is
Nelson's in the way of the camera to start with.
You've got to get that speed right for that. Todd's bowl has to hang around owing to the short bowl.
Oh, close your eyes, cross your fingers. Briggs is closer to the head than us, reckons. Reiner bowler is 5. Here we go, JT. Has the potential to be the last bowl of the end. Has the potential to be the last bowl of the game. Sorry, and has the potential to force an extra end.
Unlucky.
He wasn't far away from trying to get what he wanted.
It was only a bowl away. Great effort. Well, there's your men's triples winners for this year. The team from Goulburn Murray, Josh Cartwright, Brent Reiner and David Cartwright. Fantastic performance from them. In front from the start, held on to it. They've beaten some good teams in the last 2 days of the guys from Goulburn Murray. It's a fantastic effort by them. But also a cracking effort from the boys from Metro West, Anthony Holland, Nelson Ball and Todd Trewarne. That'll do us for State Champions Week 2023. Big congratulations to all the winners from the past week of play, 9 days of play. Massive thank you to the Bendigo East Bowls Club. Been countless hours put in by them, provided some terrific surfaces to play on. Players have been well fed and looked after. So top effort from them. Also a big thank you to Bobby Carlson, Rod Bates and Summerhill, Lorraine Dowson, Laureen Smith, all the umpires who've jumped in the last week. Also a big thank you to you, JT, and some heavy lifting in commentary, mate.
Thanks, Jimmy. No, I always thoroughly enjoy it. It's been fantastic. I hope everybody has enjoyed the stream at home. And we're looking forward to onward upwards with the BVTV stuff.
Yeah, we'll be back next week. It's a Saturday morning, 8:30 start. I'm trying to rack my brain as hard as I can to work out who we're streaming, but I can't remember first up. I have a feeling it is Deer Park versus Wodonga is game 1.
I think you're right. We did discuss this week or last week.
So we'll be live from next Saturday morning, champion of weekend state pennant, followed by the midweek. Have a cracking rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next weekend.
See you guys.